Hey there. I want to share with you how I designed and built this cabinet system for the base corner cabinet of my kitchen. As you can see, it's 3 cabinets and it's actually one big cabinet. And typically in most kitchens, you have, a hard corner in the corner of the kitchen with a wonky bifold door system to access storage in the corner. And then you have a carousel in there for storage with a notch to match that corner so you can close the doors. Now, what that does is requires that you have to stop the carousel in the original starting position in order to close the doors. Well, we don't like that. And so we designed this kitchen the way we designed our previous kitchen, and we liked it a lot. As you see, I built this with a 45-degree face to the corner. It's not a new idea, but just want to show you how well it works. It enables me to make the carousel large enough that it will come all the way to the front edge of the door. And then I never have to return the carousel to the original starting position in order to close the door. It's also going to come to within an inch or so of all the faces, so things won't fall off in those directions and get lost, especially back there in that corner. I also have an adjustable shelf system where I can add or will add a second shelf or another carousel. And the supporting shelf to that carousel is basically going to be kind of polygonal shape, whatever. It'll basically come from here to about over here or so, and the same thing between that wall and this wall. And that will leave these corners open from bottom to top, so I can reach in there and store anything tall that I might want to put in there. Something I want to point out here is that I made this corner with a 45-degree cut, so that it will fit into the corner of the kitchen a lot easier, especially if the corner is not square, which in a lot of cases older houses don't have very square corners. Again, also keeps, since the carousel is going to be within an inch or so of this back wall, stuff won't fall off here and get lost into oblivion. If stuff does fall off into these corners here, I can reach it easily from the door. I have a cross beam here to support the countertop. And also I want to point out here that these cabinets, the adjacent cabinets to the corner, share this wall with the corner cabinet. And what that does is that if I built this as a separate cabinet that I stood next to it with its own left wall, then that would take up storage space. By only having one wall here, this bank of drawers I'm going to put in here, the drawers can now be up to an inch wider than they would have been otherwise. And over here, this corner cabinet or cabinet adjacent to the corner is up to an inch wider than it would have been if it had its own wall to the right. The floor to the cabinet is one piece of plywood. It was one big rectangle, and I cut this out to make the profile for the face of the cabinet. And this will not go to waste. It will get used for shelving or other pieces in the kitchen project, or I'll save it for another project down the road. A lot of times people build the cabinets with rabbets and dados to house their cabinet walls, which is fine. Does it make it stronger? Maybe. Do you need that extra strength? In my assessment, no. Screws work just fine. Just pre-drill the holes so you don't split the plywood. So glue and screws is all you need, especially for faces that are not going to be seen. Now this face will face towards the stove, and so these 2 screws here might be visible next to the stove. So I'm going to replace those with dowels so that if they are visible, you see the end of a dowel, not the head of a screw. I'll try to upload a PDF file for the pattern on the base, and you can just adjust the adjacent cabinets to your needs. Glad to answer any questions. Have a good day.